Finally, in this list, we have the track delay. Okay, so this track delay was available in Massive 1, but it's been updated. Now you can think of this as having two main types of functions. In key track mode, you can use it for kind of modulating the tone of something, pulse width modulation, that style effect. And in fixed mode, it feels more like a kind of channel delay, sample delay, a very basic delay. But I'm going to show you another trick you can do with Massive X using this track delay. So with key track on, as I said, it becomes almost like a pulse width modulation effect. Let's put it onto a square wave. Now, if I move this phase dial a bit lower, you get a very nice pulse width modulation. Let's actually add in some modulation. It'd be rude not to. So we get some trademark kind of analog pulse width modulation. Classic analog synth sound. Okay, let's just take that off. Now you can see here we have different options, so we can choose to have different degrees of phase and also different delay times in milliseconds. So again, different flavors. You can try those out to see if one matches the sound a bit better. Mix control is an obvious one. Now we can choose whether we want to invert the polarity. There seems to be a slightly more kind of consistent sound when we have it inverted. And then we have lag and we have trim. Now, lag allows you to smoothen out the delay time changes. And the trim control allows you to slightly trim the depth. So it means you can make the effect slightly less pronounced. If you increase it above the center line, it's going to increase the effect. Bring it down, it's going to decrease it. So it basically has an effect over the mix control. So if we have this down, it means the mix control is not going to be dialing in as much of the effect. Whereas when we turn it up, the mix control is going to have more of an effect. Okay, so far we've been looking at it in key track mode. Let's have a look on the fixed mode. So we get again the different amounts of delay time and phase shifting. Here that's much more of a kind of slap effect. Again, we can modulate this. Again, gives us kind of that pulse width modulation style effect. Let's try going into our routing tab. What we're going to do is take our feedback and we're going to route our feedback here as well, which means that we're going to be able to create a feedback loop with this delay. So we're going a bit crazy on our output level there. Let's play a bit higher up. Let's take the modulation off. So by creating that feedback loop, we're getting more into kind of crazy spiraling delay territory. Although it still doesn't sound anything like a traditional kind of a delay as you'd be used to, it still has an interesting effect to it, especially when you change this time knob. Okay, so that's our insert effects. Remember, we've got 3 slots, so we can have combinations of these. But before that, we're going to have a look at those oscillator options that I haven't looked at yet.